All imagery in this video is artificially generated by AI technology and does not depict real events, persons, or locations. This content is produced solely for educational and informational analysis. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you. Welcome to Unraveled Anomalies, where I dive into the strange and unknown, digging up stories and legends that you've never heard about until now. In today's video, we'll be investigating one of the most baffling cases in modern history. The event in question is the mysterious death of the Isdal Woman in Norway, 1970. A woman was found burnt to a crisp in a remote valley with every trace of her identity erased. Was this a tragic suicide, Cold War espionage, or something much, much darker? Let's jump into it. On November 29th, 1970, in the icy foothills outside Bergen, Norway, a father and his two young daughters stumbled upon a charred body in the Isdalen, known as Ice Valley, a place locals once called Death Valley for its grim history. All right, we're starting off hot, literally hot. Imagine you're a dad, you're just going on a stroll.
Hey, kiddos, you want to go on a little hike, see some nature?
Get their little jackets on, get their little boots on, woo, woo, woo. And then you round the corner and there's literally a charred, burnt to a crisp corpse. What do you even do as a father? Those kids are scarred for life for no fucking reason. Oh boy, this is gonna be one of those moments. This woman had no name, no face left to recognize, and seemingly no past. The case remains one of Norway's greatest mysteries to this day. The body was found amongst rocks on a steep slope, badly burned, arms outstretched in a boxer-like pose typical of fire deaths, but with no obvious campfire in the vicinity. Nearby items included melted plastic bottles, an umbrella, a fur hat, which was unusual for Norway, more common in Central Asia, prescription lotion, and rubber boots. Hold up. What? There was prescription, lotion, rubber boots, a fur hat, melted plastic bottles, and an umbrella. She literally just came right out the toaster. And then she had these random assortment of objects. I know we're just getting started and we're gonna dive deeper into it, but I'm already thoroughly confused by this story. Most chillingly, all the labels have been scraped off of her clothes and belongings. Even her fingerprints appear to be sanded down. Once her body was reported to local authorities, the police launched a massive investigation. They traced her through hotel records. She stayed in multiple Norwegian cities: Bergen, Stavanger, Oslo, under at least 8 fake aliases like Vanilla Lorch, Claudia Tielt, Genevieve Lancier, and Alexia Zarn Merchez. This is giving spy vibes, big spy vibes. It's pretty obvious that she f***ed with the wrong people because they literally scraped the labels off of her clothes. I mean, I guess maybe she scraped the labels off of her clothes because she's doing spy shit, but her fingertips were literally sanded down. Whoever did that, whoever that person that fucked with her was, did not want her to be found or identified. Often claiming Belgian, French, or South American origins, she checked in and out erratically, paid in cash, spoke broken English, German, and Flemish with a foreign accent, wore wigs and disguises, and was even seen with mysterious men. Witnesses describe her as elegant, dark-haired, smelling of garlic, with a gap in her teeth. 2 suitcases left at the Bergen train station held more clues: more wigs, glasses, non-tag clothes, and a coded notebook, possibly shorthand or spy notes, and a spoon traced to a Stavanger store where she bought her rubber boots from. Holy f***ing shit! She had a f***ing spoon, guys. Yeah, the wigs, the unbranded clothes that the tags were scraped off. She had a f***ing spoon. That's huge. Name a spy that has never used a spoon before. Who are we f***ing with, guys? Who is this woman? It's f***ing Jennifer Bourne.
Facial recognition got a hit. Jesus Christ, that's
Jennifer.
born.
Police interviewed dozens of hotel staff and witnesses. She traveled across Europe extensively in the spring and fall in the year 1970, always changing identities and avoiding patterns. An autopsy revealed she died from carbon monoxide poisoning and an overdose of around 50 sedative sleeping pills with smoke in her lungs, though she was burned while still alive. Hold on. So she died of carbon monoxide poisoning, which honestly, I'm not a very smart guy, but how do you die of carbon monoxide poisoning without shutting yourself in a garage and turning your car on? First of all. Second of all, she had 50 sleeping pills in her body. And then to wrap it all together, she was lit on fire while still
alive.
That is probably one of the worst ways to go out if I had to imagine. She's all f***ed up off of these sleeping pills. She's like, and then she also is f***ing on fire. Officials ruled her death as a probable suicide on December 21st, 1970. Perhaps self-immolation after digesting the sedative pills. That makes no sense. That literally makes no sense. Out of all the ways you could, off yourself, why would you set yourself on fire? Unless you're trying to make a statement. I know people have done that in the past, but you're in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. There's other ways to do that sort of thing if that's what you choose to do, which I hope no one ever does, and that's an awful thing. This is getting fishy, man. They closed the case in February 1971, burying her anonymously in a zinc coffin to preserve the remains. But many involved in her case later admitted doubt. The remote location was odd for a suicide. Burning herself after ingesting sedatives seemed extreme, and an erased identity suggested foul play. No suicide note, and her cautious behavior, marking doors, avoiding leaving any trace of her whereabouts, and having disguises didn't fit the idea of a simple, depressed traveler. The case was reopened in 2016 with new forensic evidence. Isotope analysis on her preserved teeth/jawbone suggested she grew up near the French-German border, possibly the Nuremberg area or French-speaking Belgium. Born around the year 1930, which approximately calculates her death at the age of 40. That's fucking unbelievable that they're able to figure that out, all just from teeth and a jawbone.
Science is crazy.
Shout out my boy Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Her DNA profile still exists, but no match has been made. One popular theory is espionage. Cold War Norway hosted NATO projects. Rockets and missiles were held nearby. Her aliases, coded notes, disguises, and meetings with mysterious men fit a spy's profile. Perhaps observing military sites or being involved in highly classified intelligence. Some link her to figures like Swiss banker Francois Junot, who was a Nazi sympathizer funding terrorism at the time, or even Mossad or Palestinian operations, though the evidence is circumstantial. I don't care what the other theories say. This is the one I'm holding it to. It's Cold War times, 1970s. There's a lot of spy bullshit going on. She was definitely snooping around where she shouldn't be, and they figured it out, and they offed her in one of the most horrific ways possible. Another theory suggests suicide by a troubled woman erasing her identity, possible mental illness, fleeing her past, or sex work because of the goal-oriented travel and anonymity and meetings with various men. Critics say murder, forced pills, a staged fire to look like a suicide, erase traces to prevent further identification, and parallels to other unsolved cases similar to this one, like the Somerton Man, all fuel speculation. No, that did not happen. She did not do that to herself because she was sad or wanted to escape her past. Why was she up in the foothills? Why did she have all these belongings? Why does she have 50 fucking sleeping pills in her body? Why did she light herself on fire? There's just so many questions and obviously no answers. I know it happened in the 70s, but how have we not figured it out? How has there been no DNA match? Even 50 years later, she's still just a ghost. But these are just theories. and the truth may never be known. The Isdal Woman stands as a haunting reminder of how easily a life can vanish, leaving only questions in the cold Norwegian fog. Over 50 years later, her identity and fate remain unsolved. What do you think? Was she a Cold War spy taken out by her rivals? A suicidal woman who wanted to disappear forever? Or was she a murder victim in a much larger cover-up story? She was definitely a spy that got caught up in the wrong shit, and she with the wrong people. It is pretty unbelievable. There are associations out there, or like groups, that can literally make you vanish just like that. They want you gone, they will take you out, and no one will ever figure out why or how or what happened. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. This was a good one. Take care, peace out, love y'all.